104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And Ding Dong. Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning.
Morning, Houston, Texas. Look, it's already Wednesday. Yay, October 23rd of 2024. It is 6 o'clock on the dot, and it's the gang, Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam.
Yay.
Here on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Welcome back, Eric.
Eric is back from Sober October.
Oh, is that a thing?
Sober October?
Yeah.
It is a thing, but
That sounds like I went to
not
a
Eric.
rehab.
Yes. Eric got back from
I'm
rehab.
back, guys. Didn't work.
Actually, he went to Cabo and was drunk the whole
didn't take
time.
Yeah.
It didn't work.
I got on the wrong plane.
Uh-oh.
I didn't go to Utah. I went to Cabo instead.
Oh, is Utah where the centers are?
I don't know.
Oh.
If I had to pick, I'd say Utah. I was in the
Yeah.
pool, though. I heard people talk about those Utah Mormon reality show things. How
the
people were
Secret
talking.
Lives of
Oh, yeah.
Mormons.
I'm like, man, people really love that show.
Secret Lives
I remember
of
Sam
Mormon
and Ryan
Wives.
talking about that.
We've been
crap.
watching that one, yeah.
Stuff you hear in a pool, I guess. I'm like, oh, this is when you go the other way. I don't want to hear this conversation.
No
Was
reality
the water
talk.
cold in Mexico for October?
No, it's so hot down there.
Was it really? 'Cause
The water
my
was warm?
anniversary is
I mean, the water, they kept it nice and cool, so at first you feel,
I'm talking about the ocean.
oh, no, the ocean was fine.
Eric didn't get in the ocean.
Yeah. Went sailing, snorkeling.
You did?
Did you jump out?
I didn't do the
Yes.
paddle boat thing because I'm like, I know this is going to end.
Because I went for my anniversary in October, and the waters were like the pool was so cold. Even their quote hot tub was so cold. Everything was cold, and I thought,
That's weird.
was it a resort thing or was it a Cabo thing?
Maybe just that time of year. Look at it's here. It's like 90 degrees here, right? So, I mean, it's a lot warmer now than it was. It's supposed to be in October usually.
True.
So maybe that's why it was hot.
How was the traffic getting out of IAH?
I used Uber.
Okay.
So it was-
You got that special lane. Yesterday,
Yeah.
they opened up their big Terminal D extension. And it's like, I think it's it's the length of a 7-story building is what they're saying. But the big news is they're going to
length
open
or a
up
height?
all 4 lanes
The length.
of the North Terminal Road before Thanksgiving.
That's good. Finally,
because
something.
it's been, it was
That's
so
the first
bad.
time in 3.5 years, 4 years.
Yeah. Like
I don't know.
Sunday
I was saying,
night, it
I've
took
been
me.
lucky. I've not been stuck in that. Knock on
Oh,
wood.
you're lucky.
I don't want to get stuck in it.
Sunday night, it was 90 minutes getting out of the airport, and it's just like it's been messed up forever. So there's light at the end of the tunnel if you're traveling.
So you actually snorkeled?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't put the flippers on because it's like you only had 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I could in Cabo. You don't have a whole lot of places to
Snorkel.
The beaches aren't like
little rough.
Cancun or Puerto Vallarta where you can just pretty
They're
much
not
walk out on it.
Yeah,
swimmable.
there's only so many you can pick from, but it takes you around. There's some famous that arch rock
Yes,
formation, and you
Beautiful.
see that. It's really cool. It's like a little
man.
key you look between where the Pacific is and where that area is. I couldn't hear. Had music going.
And he was
I
drunk.
bet it's
saying
hard.
something.
It's
Yeah,
hard
drunk.
for you when you get
Sweet.
back. You're seeing these wonderful beauties of the world, and then there's a strip mall. It's like hard to make that transition.
Yeah, that's why vacations are great, right?
Escaping every day.
Yeah, that every day.
I don't
But
know
I'm
what
like,
the,
I could do this every day. I was telling Roula when I was for a friend's birthday, so their sister was there and her husband, he's been retired like 15 years.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, does it get old? He's like, no, I can always find things to do.
He loves it.
Really?
Yeah, but he was also a bomb expert for the Secret Service and over in Iraq.
I'd say he earned it.
Yeah. He's got, like,
I mean,
he's got
your
new
nerves have
legs.
got to be shot.
I told him, dude, I'm putting you on a raw feed because he did that from 81 to 2006.
That's crazy.
Like
He has lost limbs.
no.
He's
He
talking
just
about being a bomb
but he
diffuser
did-
for all those
had to
years.
get new leg, new knee, hip and stuff, just
from kneeling.
Replacements.
all the things they've done. He went from the beginning, he said, in 81 where they had just a vest. That's about it to do bombs. And then a few years later, Canada made a suit. Each year they get better and better.
Well, that's
Kind
good.
of like the Hurt Locker. You ever seen that one?
Yeah, with Jeremy Renner. Yeah.
But he also did stuff like he was Secret Service with the president, and he'd go like a week early, and you have to go down in sewers and elevator shafts. You have to check everywhere for bombs, and of course in Iraq, that was not fun.
No.
With all the,
God, no.
They put them in. He said they put them in when they built the roads. They put bombs built into the road, and they cover it.
What?
So those bombs were there for months.
Wow.
And so he's like, well, let's just blow that up. Let's blow the
The whole
roads
road.
up.
So it's
Just-
built into the system.
Yeah,
Wow.
from tunnels to Iran, the border there. He was in tunnels. They were pulling Russian weapons through there.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah, all the stuff.
And
He got
scary.
so many good stories. And then working with Reagan and Bushes and Clintons.
I mean, from
kinds of stuff.
81 to 2006.
He did it because his dad did it in Korea. He goes, "You'll have fun doing it, son."
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, you'll
You're
love
going to
it.
be a bomb
You're gonna love
diffuser
it.
when you grow up.
He said it was awesome.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
Wow.
I mean, somebody's got to be the bomb diffuser. Wow, that's cool to do a raw feed with him.
And he married like the perfect woman because she's very animated, and I couldn't handle. I mean, I like her, but
You couldn't handle it?
you
some
couldn't
people-
handle.
She's up tempo,
very,
upbeat.
yeah, very aggressive. I'm like, he's the right type of guy because he's obviously calm.
Chill,
I even asked him,
calm.
"Do they train you?" He's like, "Oh yeah, they train you how to relax. Obviously, you got to be calm."
I think
Like, my
I would
anxiety, I couldn't do
say-
that job.
You can't be a nervous Nelly and be a bomb diffuser.
Yeah, but
I think Sam would be the best.
Yeah, because you're chill.
You're
Thank
pretty
you.
chill.
Yeah.
Unless you
Now,
leave
me,
a
I
cart
could-
in a
I'd be like,
grocery
what
store
color is
parking lot.
this? Which one? I'd have to remember things, though.
Yeah, I'm going to be
so-
on a different side of the.
But you said lots of times they don't do that stuff. Like
Oh.
they could cut the yellow wire and do that stuff.
They don't have to do that?
A lot of times you blow it up unless it's like
they just detonate it.
unless it's nuke stuff.
Well, what if it's
wow.
They have X-rays.
stuff.
Yeah. Then,
what if
It's
it's
not
strapped
like
to
the
someone's
movies.
neck, like in Batman?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Remember? Like,
Oh, yeah, in the Batman.
Answer the phone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Why don't I remember that scene?
That
It's
was
a
the
new
Rob
one.
Pattinson one.
Oh, okay, no. I mean, I did see that one, but I
saw that one?
Yeah, it was so dark. Remember, I was like, God, it's so dark. I can't
yeah,
see
it
anything.
really
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
It's dark
The
in
Rob
tone, but it's
Pattinson-
also like physically dark.
Yeah, it just was literally dark. I was like, is the brightness not on the TV?
No, it's filmed
I
that
need
way.
to turn the brightness on. So I kind of checked out because it was so dark. I forgot about that. That's funny you would reference that of all movies, Kevin.
I think of all the Batman movies, that was
What I remember.
the most realistic. It was just like a crime detective movie.
I liked it.
It was
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
good.
Nirvana.
I love Batman.
I have a random
movies.
question for you,
Yes.
Eric, since you just came back from Cabo. The art you're talking about is the iconic scene in Cabo where you can take a boat tour through it, but
I
sometimes...
don't think they'll let you go through it.
Will they ever tell you, does it still just get sand? Does the water recede? Because there's pictures of it where you can walk under that arch, where you can walk on the sand.
Oh, that's good. Maybe a certain time of day.
I don't know if it still happens or because of the way the climate is,
I didn't see
it
that.
doesn't happen
It was
anymore.
all water. What I saw.
Yeah,
I
same
didn't
with
see
me. I saw
sands.
it just with water. But there are pictures of El Arco in Cabo where you can walk under that arch and all the water has receded. It's a beach.
There's a couple arches up and down the coast of Mexico because in Puerto Vallarta they have
So I thought they had-
Los Arcos, which is 3 of them.
And they had one in
Uh-huh.
Game of Thrones. They had one, and then I remember it
Oh,
fell-
yeah, broke.
broke
Yes.
in real life.
Yeah,
like,
in Croatia.
Oh,
like
okay.
Game
Yeah.
of Thrones, they used it as part of a backdrop, but then like a few years later, just
Really?
fell.
It's so
into the
cool
water.
when you
Fell out.
see those kind of iconic things. If you go on my Instagram, Kevin, you got the Star Trek reference.
Oh yeah, so
I
you
went to go
you're
visit
battling that. And was there a big
the
fight
Gorn.
there?
Yeah. So I went to go see my daughter in Los Angeles this past weekend for her birthday. We drove out to Vasquez Rocks, and this backdrop has been in a million
the
different
Flintstones?
movies and TV shows. It was in the Flintstones.
Oh my gosh.
But there's an iconic scene with Captain Kirk fighting this lizard man, the Gorn. And Faith and I were like, and people that actually marked where it was filmed 60 years ago.
They put the steps like the feet, like when you learn to do the waltz.
They
or
had like
something.
markers where they were, and we reenacted it and took funny pictures, and it was just cute.
Can
'Cause
anyone
it's-
just walk? It's just
yeah,
open.
it's a natural. It's a state park. It's really cool. Vasquez Rocks, but there's so many fun things to do. And I did.
Give you credit, man. Whenever you go out, you find stuff to do like that.
Yeah, you got to get out and do
How
things.
many grave sites did you stop by?
I did not go by any grave sites, the celebrity grave
Celebrities.
sites.
This is great.
But I did go. I did do the touristy thing. I went up Mulholland Drive, parked the car, and I hiked up to the Hollywood sign. Which
Did you ever
was
see that
fun.
video that
Wait.
Kevin had with the drone?
oh man, that was so
Special K
awesome.
had a-
Yes, it was amazing. that shot you guys did.
God.
Kevin Quinn and Special K.
It
Yeah.
was
Oh,
the
what were you there
coolest
for, Kev?
thing. We went out there for the American Music Awards, I believe, or no, the Grammys. It was the Grammys. And Kevin Quinn had a friend out there with a drone and a camera on it. And so the three of us hiked all the way up from in the neighborhood. We walked all the way up to the Hollywood sign, and it takes hours.
Oh, yeah.
And then we got up there,
It's
and
up there.
and we did live from Hollywood. It's Kevin Quinn and Special K from the Grammys, and then the drone zooms out. It's the Hollywood sign. It's us standing over top of it,
That's cool.
and the drone goes way out. I was like, oh my God, are we gonna lose the drone? And so then we got in trouble because you are not allowed to be running drones up in there.
that's
So
dangerous.
No.
there was no one up there, but all of a sudden there's a speaker. It's like
Please stop operation of the drone immediately.
But you got the shot.
We got the shot,
And I will
baby.
tell you, that is as
shut it down.
professional as anything I've ever seen. Like, I mean,
You should put it up on.
Post it. so
yeah,
people
post
can
it,
see
Kev.
Oh gosh, where is
It's
that?
sure Kevin
so
Quinn can
good.
find
It's
it in
it's
his-
better than most TV
Did
shows.
Bumbles do it for you?
He's got to still
Was he
have
there
it.
with you?
Was he with you?
No,
He's a drone dude.
But he may have edited it.
I think
Edited?
no. I think Kevin Quinn did it. Yeah,
I'm sure he's got it.
Well, that's Kevin Quinn.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I want to say
Find
happy
out.
birthday to Harmony. She is a 6 o'clocker. She is one that joins us right when we open the show, and today is her birthday. So we wish
Come on, Sam.
Harmony
Happy
birthday.
a very happy birthday, Harmony.
Harmony.
Hey, happy birthday, Harmony.
But I will say real quick, I went to this one restaurant there. It's called Grand Velas, and they have two of them. One, the boutique, it's older, 18 and older, and then the Grand Velas is for everybody. And it's all inclusive, but the food is amazing. They have this chef is a 2-star Michelin. Well, I guess it's the big
Michelin's a tire.
Michelin award.
Michelin is the
No,
thing.
they have a-
It's a whole thing
like
about
the biggest
Michelin
thing.
If you watch
tires
Emily
and
in Paris,
restaurants.
you know about how
Michelin
important
star.
this star
He's trying- yeah,
is.
that's why I
To
always
get
thought
one
that.
star is so hard. To have two is unbelievable.
Enlighten me.
I didn't go to this restaurant. It was a 10-course meal.
Oh my
10
god!
It's all the stuff they give you that's like
Two
the
bites.
size of a cracker with.
I'm sure you just
with
like
this foam and all this
sniffed
weird
it.
stuff. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. Were you even stuffed by the end of it?
Actually, I was. I don't know why. But
Okay.
They
Is it
just
drink?
space it out over a long period of time, I
Yeah,
guess.
they pair it with their wine, and wine wasn't good. But these weird things that I'm just laughing. I'm like, what the hell am I eating
You should
here?
have taken pictures. That would have been fun to see.
I know my brother-in-law did. I'm just
Okay,
like,
cool.
I'm not a picture
Yeah.
guy when it comes to food.
That's funny.
See,
I started laughing at all these little
I've never done that.
little things. I'm like, oh, Roula probably get into this stuff.
Oh,
'cause
totally.
You're a
I would.
foodie.
I would have been all over
So
that.
it takes you like how
All of
long
that.
from sit down to
Well, that was the
leaving?
weird part. There's 12 of us, so 6 had to come at 6, and then the other 6 came at 6:30. I guess maybe the chef only
Stagger
cooks. Maybe the cook could only make
Oh.
6 at a time,
Yeah.
or for the experience.
Tartlet.
And this guy-
Tartlet.
How long? We're
Tartlets.
talking like a 3-4 hour dinner?
I think it was like
Probably.
an hour and a half, 2 hours. I can't remember.
2? That's not bad for 10 courses.
Maybe 3. I don't know.
Keeping the food flowing,
When you're there,
I
you
guess.
don't even have a watch. You just
Right. It's
I
like
just laugh at
Vegas.
these little
no,
film, like-
no clocks.
like you give this Michelin, I'd give a hamburger place or something.
But
a
you're not a
steak.
foodie, so you're like, I just need a hamburger with bread and cheese, and I'll give that a Michelin
Yeah,
star.
I'd be
I'm
happy with
sure you
that.
had amazing food, but you weren't the right audience.
And you have the
for it.
patience for it?
Yeah, because you're with friends. You're just having
Yeah,
fun.
just drinking. People are answering my question about if the arch at Cabo you can walk under or not. Somebody said it depends on the time of year and the tide. And yes, you can still walk
Oh,
on
maybe
it,
that's why.
underneath it.
Kevin found it, by the way.
Okay, so you
it's
posted
the
at
AMAs
KRBE's.
2018.
Oh, you got to
Wow.
post that, Kevin.
Yes,
It's brilliant.
I'll tweet.
is
I'll
great.
tweet it at KRBE
Oh, look
I
at
think
Kevin
okay.
Quinn when his hair was short.
regular.
Regular. Before
tamed down.
before you got the wild hair.
Oh, that was the same time we went over to the island. What's that island called off of
Isla
California?
Mujeres?
Catalini?
Catalina.
Oh, I'm thinking of
Catalina, whatever.
Cancun.
Yeah, Catalina.
Catalina, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you take a jet boat
It's
out there.
dressing.
It's so cool.
Coming up next in Celebrity Scoop, my friends, in light of the passing of Liam Payne from One Direction, comes the question, are reality shows supposed to babysit you after you are on it? There was a whole fight about it with Howie Mandel, and I'll explain next.
Like
in
once you're
Scoop.
kicked off the show and they're
Once
stuck
you
on like
leave
an
that
island.
show. No, I'm talking about just a reality show. I'll explain the scoop. Here's your weather for today.
It is going to be gorgeous. Sunshine and a high of 88 right now, 68 degrees and 612 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
I'm pleased to introduce
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
On KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taquerias Arandas. Okay, so big conversation yesterday. I don't watch Piers Morgan, but Piers Morgan is an outspoken person. He used to be a judge on America's Got Talent. He is a talk show host, and he
Remember he tried
speaks his opinion.
He tried doing one on I think CNN or something, and his ratings were like negative.
When Larry
Yeah,
King,
what network
when
is he on?
When Larry King vacated his iconic spot for all those decades on CNN, then Piers Morgan took over for a while.
That didn't
like Americans
last.
don't want to hear somebody from another country try and talk down to us.
Although it works when John Oliver does it.
Well, he's
Well, that wins
funny.
awards.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean people there's no rating system.
Ratings,
And,
right,
and
that
he's
was
like a very
awards.
niche,
Yeah.
comedian.
They know what they're going to get there.
Howie Mandel was on Piers Morgan with a former America's Got Talent contestant, Katie Wassel. She is a British girl who's a singer-songwriter. She also was on Celebrity Big Brother 18. She finished in 8th place on that show. She finished in 10th place on the X Factor. I'm sorry, not America's Got Talent, because One Direction was discovered and put together on X Factor by Simon Cowell in England, not here. Not America's Got Talent. But X Factor is a show that they brought here for the American version of it. We also have America's Got Talent, and there's a Got Talent version in many, many countries. And with the death of Liam Payne, this conversation came up of, the mental health babysitting of contestants on reality shows, and they just got into it. It struck me as odd, because I would not expect for X Factor, 12 years after One Direction became famous, to still keep tabs on the mental health of the One Direction band members.
It's not their responsibility.
Or anybody else. But there was this big back and forth exchange with Katie and Howie, and Katie saying she was a contestant on those years and nobody cared. Here's part of it, because it kind of was a mess, but I just thought it's so crazy how this girl thought, well, Liam Payne is dead because y'all didn't pay attention to him. It's kind of like what the end result message was. And I go, how does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Here's Howie Mandel's take on it.
We have psychologists on staff. When we feel that something, and I know they do it on all the Got Talent, even around the world, and at BGT also, if we feel that somebody is going south a little bit, there is somebody there to talk to them, and we do watch over them. But here's my point. This is not a talent thing. In fact, Liam, if he came to a talent thing, his outcome was great. The people who are rejected have the harder time.
At what point does Simon Cowell or the team on X Factor 15, 16 years ago have an ongoing duty of care to someone like Liam, who's now 31, leading his own life, no longer been working for them for a very long period of time? At what point do you have a duty of care that moves on from that?
And yet these shows would describe these people as their family.
Well, I'm asking Katie for her response to that.
I was a contestant in 2010. I know that was a long time ago. That was 14 years ago, right? During our time, of which Liam and the band and Cher Lloyd and Rebecca Ferguson and so on and so forth were on the show, there was no duty of care upheld. The welfare officer was absolutely unqualified beyond measure, of which there is evidence of, and I will happily stand in front of a judge and show all
Well, you're going to come to that. Look, we can't.
I'm going to stop right there, because then Piers has to go on this whole tangent of like, we're not on the stand here to talk about some guy from 16 years ago who was in charge or not in charge. But her point was, if they had started the One Direction kids with the proper mental health care from the get-go, where she said that guy was unqualified.
Shouldn't that be the
it wouldn't have been
Simon's company that as the band and like the managers and that should be their responsibility, not the show.
Okay, but at what point do we say this? I mean, look, I think it's fantastic that we all want to pay attention to our mental well-being. But you could apply this to any facet of life, like any career. I had a nightmare this morning about a job I had, and it was like 20 years ago. Should I go back because they caused me so much stress and try and shake my finger at them?
I was fired over an answer machine at a radio station. The guys didn't even have the nice. It was nice enough to even invite me.
Yeah,
brought the other morning show members in and then called me.
Told you on the voicemail,
but you could get a hold of me and then
voicemail. And what were the words on your voicemail?
Well, there's two of them. Because the other guy going, "Hey, Eric, we just got fired." I'm like, "What?" And then the boss goes, "Hey, Eric, I just need to talk to you for a little bit. There's something going on with the show."
He wanted you to come in to fire.
No, he didn't. No. Then I called him and goes, "Yeah, we had Bo and Jim come in here and we let them go, and we're going to let you go too." I'm like, "Wow, you didn't even
have the courtesy to do it."
I said, "You don't win." Then I'll be like, "Wait a minute, I drove all the way in."
Right.
And you fired me.
I'd appreciate the phone call instead of having to do it face-to-face.
But I don't know. To me,
but I think
I want to look eye to eye.
No, I don't.
The point is,
we only had one eye, so I had to.
Oh my God!
I hated this guy.
That is crazy. No, but I mean, it's like being broken up with by Post-it note. You got fired by answering machine.
Everything in life is stressful. You could have any kind of a job that could cause you mental anguish. At what point do we say, okay, it's like?
Well, to Eric's point,
enough.
I think it would have been more the responsibility of whoever controlled the actual One Direction group, because Liam Payne,
Perlman of the world.
Yes, because Liam Payne said that he became an alcoholic when they were trapped in their hotel rooms because they could not leave because of hysteria around them, and it was just him in the minibar. And maybe if they'd had somebody kind of like watching over them then and seeing like, wow, this 17-year-old kid is smashed all the time, and he's just getting drunk in every minibar, in every hotel room we're putting him in because they're bored, and he's 17. What else is he going to do? that's what
basketball players,
started his problems.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
watching that starting five, Anthony Edwards, he just plays video games all. He brings a big suitcase, maybe with a TV in it. And
Plays video games.
Really?
But if he's at these hotels where they go and if you start drinking or smoking weed and stuff, you're just bored, you're sitting in your room all day. They're kids. They're 19 years old, 20 years old.
Yeah, you don't think
People
about
need to
the
take care of
fact
them.
that, when you have a superstar coming to town
Anthony
for
Edwards
a
doesn't do that
concert tour.
stuff, by the way. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I just remember him playing video games like
all the
he's
time.
just a kid. He's like,
And he has a baby. Well, he did have a baby on the way.
Yeah,
and his mom
by
was
now.
like, he's such a kid. He can't have, like,
His
I
pa-
can't believe he has a kid.
his mom died when he was 14, and his grandma then died like a month later. So he's
Aw.
just
Oh,
living
that's
with his
sad.
sister's. Like his
Oh, it was
mom.
his sister. I'm sorry.
his sister.
Okay.
Man.
I was watching that
But these
yesterday.
guys are all
It's
like
crazy.
points. They're all 20 years old, 19,
Right.
just
and,
kids.
And
still.
think about every superstar that comes to town on a tour. Like, even like as Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift cannot go anywhere when she goes to the cities for her Eras tour. She's not going out in New Orleans. She's not going out in Houston to eat at some great restaurant. She is going to be holed up in whatever suite or Airbnb luxury mansion that they've rented for her. She cannot go out, right? So that's fine. She's an adult woman. She's like 30-something years old.
These are
She's got
people
this
that
down.
sought it out, too.
You're talking about kids that are in a boy band or like the Justin Biebers of the world who, yeah, you're right. I mean, like the basketball players who got drafted at 20 years old or 19 years old. Maybe the basketball players have a little bit easy because not everybody knows them all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know every basketball player, but I would recognize Taylor Swift or
But they're also tall, though.
I would recognize
6'7"
Drake. Or I would
guy.
Yeah, you're going to
recognize-
notice.
You can tell a 7-foot basketball player. They just
Wow, there's
But
a lot of
I would
there's a
know
lot
his
of
name or
7
what
feet
team
people
he
here.
plays for. You know what I mean?
There's
I would
17
know
of them
his
here.
name or what team he plays for.
Yeah.
You know, I had to stay at the Post Oak Hotel for a little bit, and there were basketball players there all the time, but I didn't assume they were all basketball players. I didn't know who they were. But you know, the opening game is tonight against Charlotte.
I think so. Yep.
Yeah, we're playing Charlotte, and I think that all the teams stay there a lot of times. So
Yeah.
you'd see a lot of sports stars. The Mariners were staying at the Post Oak Hotel or whatever hotels downtown they go to, Four Seasons, whatever. If I was staying in those hotels, I don't know if I'd recognize all those players from all those baseball teams.
But it could be the same as like Taylor, like an older gentleman would not know who Taylor Swift is. But if you're in that world,
Well, you might not know her, but the hysteria around you, you'd have people packed at the lobby of that place. And you'd be like, what is everybody here for? You know what I mean?
Like
it's different
LeBron.
if you're I don't know, when LeBron comes to town, is there like a mass hysteria in the lobby of whatever hotel he's staying in, or does he do like an Airbnb? I feel like when they're young.
A lot of these big guys do. It's not just Airbnb. It's like an elite version of Airbnb where they'll rent out a mansion when
but now
they
when it
come
comes to
into that
games, it's
town.
not game time. They
No,
just,
for
they go,
teams,
you
they
go
go
with
to
the
the
team.
hotel.
You're a teammate. You're not going to go, hey guys, I'm going to go to River Oaks and live in a big
Yeah,
mansion
for
while you
one
guys
night.
have to go to a hotel. That's
Slumming it.
You're supposed to be a team.
Slumming it in a 5-star
LeBron would be-
hotel.
If anything, LeBron would have a better suite than the rookie
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be true.
He's not sharing a room.
No, definitely
Even though his
not
son plays with
splitting
him
a
now.
room.
But back to the original
Yeah.
thing that you were talking about, real quick. I mean, these are all people that sought this world out. It's kind of a case of be careful what you wish for, you might get it. And if you're seeking fame and you're seeking power and you get it, there are bad things that come along
Look
with
like
it.
that person, Cardi B, that person they called
Somebody called CPS on her.
Just,
Yeah.
And the
It's
people that
messed
call
up.
the cops and say that, what do they say? They SWAT their houses and stuff.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
You know, they say the SWAT team comes there because somebody called in a hoax to their house.
Oh.
I didn't sign up for that if I
No,
want to be
that's-
rich
yeah.
and famous
It was-
someday.
Yeah, you're right
the
about
Cardi,
that.
The Cardi B story, for those that don't know, that was Monday night at 11 o'clock. Somebody played a prank on her, telling the cops that Cardi B's children are being abused.
Oh, my God.
That's
So the
not
cops
funny.
came
Not a
to
prank.
her.
No, it's not.
Anyway, it was just terrible. Okay, coming up next, 6 o'clockers have never done Roula's Relationship Roulette. You know, we have an artificial intelligence-based song for that.
I love the song.
That's really fun. And basically, we just have all these different topics. The topic is, what is the most shallow reason you had for not dating somebody? Most shallow reason.
I read one once. It was somebody had a Velcro wallet.
Oh my God, what year was that?
He's like 36 and he's got a Velcro wallet.
833-390-KRBE, 6 o'clockers, let's hear you. You know, we don't know who you are. You could be ashamed of yourself for saying, that was so shallow, but I'll tell y'all. We can't see you. It's not TV.
Yeah, go ahead.
833-390-KRBE. Tell us what's the most shallow reason you stopped dating somebody or you just would not go on a date with that person. And you get to hear the Roula's Relationship Roulette song if you've never heard it before, next on KRBE.
Love this song.
So fun. What is is this, 6 o'clockers? You've never heard it.
Spin the wheel, find out what's the deal. It's Roula's relationship roulette on KRB.
Yes, it is. Should we go with the second round? Because it just keeps going.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, give it one more. Why not?
All right, let's go again. Here we go.
Grab your lady. It's
festive.
your turn.
Spin the wheel, find out what's the deal. It's Roula's relationship roulette on KRB.
That's how that is.
Yes.
That's what AI provided us when we said, here, make a song for us about this.
So good.
So a lot of different topics have come up on Roula's relationship roulette. The one we're going with today is, what is the pettiest or most shallow reason you had for not dating someone or stopping dating someone? Like you maybe had one or two dates, you're like, yeah, I just can't do this anymore. Or maybe you were going, like somebody's interested in you and you're thinking, well, maybe I'll go out with him or her. And then you're like, no.
I feel like then you just never liked them anyway.
Yeah,
like,
if you're nitpicking.
Because we all do something that annoys our mates, but hopefully they overlook it, right?
Right.
And after many years, they're tired of overlooking it. They're like, can you just put the seat down? Rob is up first at 833-390-KRBE. Good morning, Rob. Happy Wednesday.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Wonderful.
We're good. So tell us, what is the most shallow reason that you stopped dating somebody? But before you tell me the reason, how many dates had you had with this person, or was it a first date?
That's first date.
That was the first date.
First date. And you're like, nope, not a
Yep.
second date. What happened?
She called the toilet a potty.
Because she
I
called
want
the
to. I
toilet
want to.
potty.
I want to follow that up by saying that I've done a lot of work on myself since then. I've grown a lot. I'm now happily married. I'm very thankful for the relationships that I've had and grown through. But I think at the time I was just a very petty person, and that was kind of the final straw.
Oh my
there were a
gosh.
lot of red flags, and that was kind of like, I'm going to go to the potty, and I'm going to pay the check and leave. Have a good night.
gosh.
Did she have children by any chance?
I'm sorry?
Did she have children by any chance?
No.
Okay, because a lot of times when
Calling
you
it
become
a potty when you had a kid.
when you become a parent and you're telling your kids to go to potty, and then you start using it in everyday,
Especially if she went like 4 or 5
situations.
times going to the potty.
I'm
I'd be
going
like,
to go to
"Oh,
the potty.
That's weird.
Hey, Rob, can you order me another drink? I'm going to go to the potty.
potty.
Yes.
That's funny. Well, Rob, thanks for putting yourself out there. And like you said, you've grown a lot since then. But yeah, that just struck you wrong.
Age has a lot
Grown
to
woman
do
calling
with
the
this.
bathroom a potty. We appreciate you listening. Where are you off to right now? Are you going to work? Or what are you doing right now, listening to us so early?
I'm I'm on my third 12-hour day. I've been up since 4 a.m., barely slept, and I didn't have a weekend this weekend, so just working away, trying to make it happen and not go crazy.
What's your field of work?
Y'all talking
Rob?
about mental health earlier was relevant.
Yeah. No kidding.
Be safe there.
What's your field of work? Like, what's your line of work? 12-hour days.
Well, I'm in IT, but I'm going through a particularly big project, and just like, I don't know how much I can share since it's
No, you don't have
public
to. You
radio.
don't have to.
but,
No, just IT. That's all I want to know.
yeah, I mean, like the basics of it is I'm working with a company that is being acquisitioned by a larger company, and I have to be a part of. I take on all these roles and stuff and things that I have to be accountable for, and I've been like I don't know. I don't want to.
No, you don't have to.
I really
you
have
don't
to be
have to say a
tight-lipped
word.
on some of the things.
Wait, no, I just wanted to know,
I'm
like,
sorry?
yeah, you're just in IT. That's good to know.
It sounds
one more
stressful.
question, because I didn't realize this until I just saw the texters.
Right.
Regarding that woman that called that bathroom a potty, people are asking, was she by chance a teacher or a daycare worker, and that's why she called it a potty?
No, she worked in retail.
Huh.
It was,
There's no
it was a
reason.
very
We're all trying to find a way.
Yes, we were trying to get her
Reason. Why does this lady call it a potty? Oh, Rob. Okay, well, have a great day. I hope you get some rest soon. Thank you so much for listening to our show. Other reasons that came out on texters, too. People are saying too short. And then, yes, it is shallow, but the person was just so much shorter than me. I cannot do it. Look, listen, for some guys, they
I
don't
saw
care.
something else was too short too.
Yeah,
Well,
something else.
that's not petty.
But that's not petty. We're not petty reasons, like, don't like the shape of their fingernails or something.
Like, what if
You
the
know what I
guy's
mean?
already
Something
sitting
weird like
down
that.
at the booth and he doesn't get up?
And he
which
does
is
it on
another-
purpose because he knows.
And then you sit down, and then when you go to leave, you stand up. Like, like the day's going great. You stand up. Like,
Wow, I'm 3 feet taller.
Billy is up next. We're asking you here on Roula's Relationship Roulette, what is the pettiest or most shallow reason you stopped dating somebody or didn't date somebody? Billy, hi, good morning.
Hey, it's Bill.
Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
Hey, Bill. So what's that petty reason that you bailed?
Because you called him
Like
Billy.
every time we went on a date, it's like she had this sinus drainage. It's like she's like constantly like, and we're talking, then we go eat, and I was like, oh my God, please. We're sitting in the movie theater. God.
So you're thinking to yourself, if we start making out, this girl can't breathe.
Yeah, that would be. That's kind of
Sinus
gross.
drainage.
Well, you know, she's from up north. I forgot where she was from, but she said once she moved to Houston, it got real bad, allergies or something. But it was just bad. But the only time it came in handy, whenever we made love, it came in handy in certain areas because of the sinus drainage, and I was happy then.
I'm going to let that one go. Thank you for your call.
Okay, that's enough.
That was not necessary.
And that's enough.
That made me laugh, though. I don't even understand that.
The sinus drainage.
Don't even think through it.
Okay.
No, don't.
That's hilarious. Other
about that one all
reasons
day.
listed
Oh,
here,
my God.
petty reasons why people didn't date. This person said on Tinder, a woman always swiped left on the guy. I'm sorry, a woman always swiped left on any guy holding an iPhone without a case because she said, I didn't need that kind of stress in my life.
Oh, like he would drop it and break it.
No, when I see people that don't have phone cases, I just look at them and say, man, you are just a rebel in life, aren't you? You just don't have
You're playing on the
anything on
edge.
your phone. You just
My
opened up
husband
that
used to do
iPhone
that.
box
I'm like,
and just
what is
you're
wrong
holding
with
glass
you?
in your hand.
He just didn't care. He's like, I don't need a
How about
case. I'm like,
dental?
yes, you do. And guess who dropped his phone and needed a case?
I just
Him.
can't. That
Outer
is,
box or whatever those things were.
it's like you tell me that you don't have a case on
Anxiety.
your iPhone, and I'll tell you who you are.
Someone talks about straight teeth, and I bet that happens a lot with people that work in the dental world.
That's not petty.
I bet, yeah.
That's a big deal. Your smile says a lot about
But it's
you.
very
Yeah,
expensive.
well, a lot of
to
people
fix
can't
that.
afford it. Or
I
just
understand that,
you're
but it could be
18
a
or something.
turnoff.
How about the guy who texted said, I once stopped dating a woman because I saw she had dark hair on her toes.
She can shave that.
Might be a
toe
man.
knuckle hair?
Yeah.
Women have toe knuckle?
Toe knuckle hair.
I thought it was
Yeah.
just dudes.
Everybody has hair everywhere.
Yeah. Some people's just
Some's just
darker,
darker than others. You have hair everywhere.
You want to see
Eric.
mine? I can show it.
Your
to you.
wife
You
has
got toe knuckle hair?
Laser.
I just shaved it yesterday.
That's on her OnlyFans page.
Yeah. Only feet. Only
you braid
paws.
it? You braid it? Like
On my only paws page.
only paws.
Only pause. All right,
PAWS.
Roula, you called this the other day when we were talking about that unfortunate tragedy of the helicopter crashing into the tower. You said, I think I see lights on top of that tower in the one video.
Kevin and I saw the video, and then everyone sent us videos of that tower had the light flashing, and the
So-
helicopter crashed into it.
Oh, wait, can I say something?
Yes.
Because we had this argument with our boss, too.
Yeah.
So I literally, last night at 9:55 p.m., I sent her the video of the light.
Oh, really?
Yes. I was like,
Yeah.
L-Dog, there's a light.
That video has now surfaced. It answers the question. Yes, indeed, that radio tower had its lights on at the time of the crash. In the video, you can see two lights flashing on the radio tower just moments before the helicopter crashed into it around 7:51 p.m., and then everything fell to the ground. Now, if you find debris, because this is an active search right now, do not touch it. Call 911. Members of the National Transportation Safety Board and the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, are removing parts of the helicopter.
Eric, you weren't here, but
and they're
there was
reconstructing
a terrible crash.
They're reconstructing the crash right now.
What kind of?
It was a radio tower.
The helicopter though, was it like
a private helicopter with 4 people in it.
Yeah, a nighttime tour chopper.
And we always make jokes like this is the safest place to be. There's no mountains here.
Yeah. So
are those radio stations off air?
No.
They did not get knocked off.
Yeah, that's what I was
Univision had
wondering as
recently
well.
sold that tower. They did not own it. So everybody at first
I mean, you can
thought-
still sell your tower.
Yeah, and at least
then
in
you-
space. Yeah.
Well,
Wonders
you
are
know,
off.
I think, from what I read, I think they went up on their backup towers. After, because, you know, all of us radio
There's
stations
always
have
a
backup
contingency
towers.
plan.
I thought they were all in the same place, but I guess
I know. That's what we were talking about in our meeting is like all of them are in Missouri City except for that one.
And we can see them from our
Oh, yeah.
window
Mhm.
here in our studio. You can see all the towers, but that one's
So now they're starting to identify one of the 4 victims' name was Cesar Lerma. Lerma, and you know, just the tributes they're saying what a wonderful down-to-earth person this man was. So it's just a terrible tragedy. That's what's going down in H-Town.
All right, coming up next, Special K has a prank call, but is it a telemarketer turnaround? Is it a robocall? What is it?
Oh, it's volatile. Oh, it's so volatile. I can't wait. Oh, you know when I get lambasted? You'll love it. It's a homeowners association. We coming for your political yard signs.
Oh,
girl.
Don't you touch those yard signs.
Your cattywampus cars. And the buggies you're storing around the neighborhood. Oh, we're coming for you.
Okay, we're going to hear it next on the Roula and Ryan Show.